Today we are studying about the difference between fertility versus fecundity. These two words are sometimes interchangeably used by many people, but there is slight difference between fertility and fecundity. Here you can see in the table, fertility is the actual performance of giving birth by females, or it is the act of females of bearing babies. So it is the actual performance of giving birth. The actual giving birth by females is known as fertility. So this is the activity of giving birth. Whereas fecundity means only the biological or physiological capacity to produce children or the capacity to take part in reproduction process. This is the physiological or biological capacity to take part in reproduction. So here you have to know only females have fertility. Only females can actually give birth to the babies. So only females have fertility. Males cannot give birth. So fertility is the actual performance. So males cannot actually give birth. Males can only take part in the reproduction. So fertility, only females have fertility, but both males and females have fecundity. It means both males and females can take part in reproduction. They have the biological capacity to take part in reproduction. Males also give some contribution for bearing the babies. Now you can see next point, fertility is directly related to giving birth, whereas fecundity is only the physical ability to give birth. So third point we have already discussed. Now if we see next point, fertility starts with sexual intercourse. Without sexual intercourse, there will not be conception, and the female cannot give birth to babies. But fecundity starts after the first menstruation, or it is called menarche. The first menstruation is called, the start of menstruation is called menarche or puberty. So fecundity starts after the first stage of adolescence, that is puberty. In case of females, it starts after menstruation. And next thing we can talk about fertility is, it is a quantitative. It is quantitative. So it can be expressed or it can be counted in number. But fecundity is qualitative and it cannot be counted in number. It is only the physiological or biological capacity to give birth or to take part in reproduction. It cannot actually be measured or counted in number, but fertility can be counted. So because of this, fertility has a direct role in population growth, but fecundity does not have any role for population increment, because fecundity is qualitative. It cannot be counted in number. And fertility can be modifiable, whereas fecundity is non-modifiable. So fertility can be changed. If you change the mind, if you are aware about not bearing the babies, if you use contraceptive devices, then you can control fertility. But fecundity is non-modifiable. You cannot control fecundity according to your wish. So in this way, we can differentiate between fertility and fecundity. It can be a very important question. So though you feel that fertility and fecundity are same, they are not same, they are similar. There are some differences we have already read. So please remember these definitions very well. There are some important facts which are about fertility and fecundity, and they are very important and they can be asked in 1 mark question. So you have to know what is menarche. As I have already mentioned, menarche is the first menstruation and it happens around 15 years. The start of menstruation is called menarche, whereas menopause means end of menstruation. It happens around 49 years. This menarche and menopause, time of menarche and menopause can be changed can be different according to the person. According to person, it can be different. According to climate, it can be different. But the general age is 15 to 49 years. 15 is the starting year of menstruation, whereas 49 is the end time of menstruation. And what is reproductive span? You have to know this. The time period from about 15 to 49 years when females have ability to give birth to the babies is known as reproductive span. Here reproductive span means 15 to 49 years, around 15 to 49 years. Some females cannot bear babies even in their reproductive span. Those women are called infrequent, or they are also called sterile. So sometimes you are asked, what do you mean by sterility? What do you mean by infecundity? So in that case, you have to give this, you have to understand this. So some females cannot bear babies even in the reproductive span, means even between 15 to 49 years they are not able to give birth. So those women are called sterile women, or they are called infrequent women. So in this way, if you know these terms, it will be easy to deal with this topic. So please remember them, and we will join next class and we will learn about other things in next class. Please, thank you.